Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, I'm going to be previewing The Savage Sword of Conan #1, 2019. Just to be a little bit clearer, it is legacy number 236, which means that there were 235 Savage Swords of Conan, and so which was a magazine sized comic. And so this is the reacquisition of the license by Marvel. And I'm just going to show you really quick the actual physical copy of it. And I'm going to be flipping through this. But what I want you to notice is that this is clearly not a magazine size Savage Sword of Conan, which I was actually quite surprised. I hadn't read up very much on it. And, you know, when I got to the comic book store today, and he did my pull bag, he pulled it out and showed it to me, and I was like, oh, I thought it was a full length or a full sized magazine, which was not. So a little note on the new Conan series coming out by Marvel. So I've been following the Conan the Barbarian comic right from the very beginning. So, I go all the way back to issue #1. Although I wasn't old enough at that time, it did come out in 1970. But I think I started collecting them around the time that I was age 10 or 11 or so. So that would have been the late 1970s when I started collecting Conan comic books. And it's really the only comic book that I've collected, throughout my lifetime. The only reason why I did not collect the Dark Horse comics to any real extent was the fact that many of them I found were just remakes of older stories, which I already had, so I didn't bother spending the money on it. But I've been pleasantly surprised with the new series that I had very low expectations going into it, so they at least have not met my low expectations. They've exceeded my expectations on it, and hopefully they continue doing that. So when I came to picking up this Savage Sword of Conan, I do have some expectations for it, and that's that it will be a little darker and grittier than what you see in the current Conan the Barbarian, because that's always been the case for Savage Sword. Savage Sword was always a little bit darker, a little bit grittier, a little bit more violent, a little bit more graphic, and had more adult themes to them. I don't want to say adult content themes. They were never, nudity or anything like that, but they certainly were more geared towards upper teens, young adults than they were to younger kids like myself when I first started reading Conan comics. So I'm going to go to the other view and we're going to start flipping through this. And so here's the actual physical copy of it. You can see the cover is, really, really nice cover. It's vibrant. It has, it has a bulkier version of Conan than, which is kind of more reminiscent of the Conan that we did see in Savage Sword of Conan. All right, and so this particular one is, I'll go to the actual writing. So, entry that you find in every Conan comic book. So, this here is written by Jerry Dugan. I'll actually bring this over here. Dugan or Duggan, if I mispronounced names, I'm sorry. Ron Garney is the artist. The color is by Richard Isanov, VCs are Travis Lanham, Alex Ross, after Garney, cover artist. So Alex Ross is the cover artist. I don't know what after Garney means. Maybe he did the pencils and then he came in and did the coloring and so on. And so we go through some of the other. There's variant covers, which I'm not a huge fan of. Companies doing that. So Stan's soapbox. So I'll take a look at this a little bit later. So you can see here right away that the artistry of it is a little bit grittier, like I was talking about. Conan has a much more bestial look to him, much more savage look to him. We move on. I have not read it yet, so you're really watching it at the same time that I am. So you can see here. We have Conan here. Looks like on the shore, I guess, or spitting blood out of his mouth. I hope they're not saying that he bit the shark. that would be kind of a mess. And so obviously a pirate-themed story. So I'm certainly looking forward to, reading about that and seeing where this is going. I haven't seen anything that talks about an introduction, so I don't see where they happen to be. But anyway, we're going to move forward. So here in this panel, we have these skeletons that are manning a ship, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. Bringing that element into, the Conan story is kind of, strange. That's very Pirates of the Caribbean-esque. Now, here, this picture, I have seen this picture several times now on the internet, and it has brought about, quite a bit of either mocking or, some people really protested against it. And the key here is right here. You can see this pirate has a pistol. And the Hyborian Age is supposed to take place in 10,000 BC. And so this is not going to be available technology, at the time. But neither are some of the hats and such that they're wearing as well. But we'll see. We'll see how, whether it plays a role. From what I understand, it's only here. But we'll see if they actually use them, because that would be kind of unfortunate. So Conan seems to be captured, I'm guessing. That seems to be a very common theme for Conan. Pirates drinking. Yeah, Conan is definitely captured down here at the, or at least he's in the hold. Maybe he's not actually captured. Nah, he is. I can see he's grabbing a hold of the stick that's swung at him. He's chained here. So, like I said, I will get around to actually reading it, probably after shooting this video. I wanted you to, see it as I see it for the first time. So he's in a hold. Big trouble in the hold. Yeah, I'm sure they'll find that out very quickly. And there's very classic look of Conan here. So I'm liking the art. I'm hoping this story, is as good as the art is. Let's see. Conan is going through, threatens. This guy obviously twists and becomes something. Aha. All right, so I'm guessing this is like a snake people. Now, snake people are more found in the King Cole stories. These are kind of the real antagonists, like kind of behind the scenes of King Cole. So, but I do believe that they've made at least one or two appearances in Conan stories. Certainly in the comics they have. I'm trying to recall if they actually appeared in Howard's original writing. I know there were, plenty of, things connected to Set and, snakes and large snakes, play a major role in a lot of Conan's stories. So, and these guys are more King Cole. Interesting. It's definitely going to be a fun read. I can't wait to actually have the time to sit down and go through it. Ooh, that's kind of unexpected. Huh. Very, very cool. So, just to show you a quick advertisement, so this is a mini series that's coming out. So, The Age of Conan Ballet #1 is coming out. I'm really, really looking forward to that. Conan #4 they're showing to you, and then The Savage Sword of Conan #3. Oh, interesting that they're showing that one by the same group. So that's coming out in March 2019. So actually #2 of this should be coming out fairly soon then. So same group that did this must have done 1, 2, and possibly 3. So that's Savage Sword #3. Like I said, I haven't seen when 2 is supposed to come out. Certainly looking forward to it. When we get back to the Conan story here. Let's see, half man, half lizard. The cross of swords with a powerful new enemy. And there we have the end. So this one here has a Swords and Scrolls like a newsletter type thing. So I'll read that and see what's upcoming. And there's a mini a novella, a 12-part mini series in this book as well. So so just like in the Conan the Barbarian, Savage Sword seems to have it's going to have a 12-part novella as well. So in 2 weeks, The Savage Sword of Conan #2. And so they seem to be releasing at least these first couple in 2-week cycles. So it does mean that I'll have to make more frequent trips to the comic book store. But let's switch over here. So I hope you enjoyed it. It looks like it certainly looks like an action-packed Savage Sword. Can't wait to actually, like I said, sit down and read through it and try to figure out where the story is going and where it may go for the next one. That one picture with the pistol seems to be the only quibble that I can see, and it was only in one shot, so perhaps the artist just wasn't thinking at the time of the setting piece, and so included that in, but not a big deal. So hope you enjoyed the video. if you haven't to, I recommend, the new Marvel series. I think that they're doing a pretty decent job with the comics. So far, I haven't come across the art that I didn't like in both Conan the Barbarian and now Savage Sword of Conan. So the art is certainly living up to what I was hoping for, if not exceeding it. And once I read through the story, I'll see where it's leaning. But the Conan the Barbarian 1, 2, and 3, which I've read digitally, I'm not disappointed with where those stories, seem to be going, and I haven't had any real gripes about, the storytelling that they've been doing. I haven't found it to be non-Conan-esque. Let's put it that way. So still living up to the character in the way that I was hoping that they would. So thanks for joining in. I hope you enjoyed, and look forward to seeing you on the gaming screen sometime soon. It's going to be a pretty busy day as far as putting up videos. I'll probably do 2 or 3 today, and then on Friday probably get some gaming in. So you all have a good week. I look forward to seeing you on the gaming screen sometime very soon. Take care.